A status theatre. There is a theatre in this world, not the kind with tickets and velvet curtains, a far more dangerous one, a status theatre. And most people spend their entire lives acting in it, not because they want to, but because they do not know that they are actors. A girl rejects a man, not because she knows him, not because she has seen his soul, but because of status arithmetic. Her family is rich, his family is not rich enough. And suddenly the mind begins whispering, I will show them, I will become richer than them, I will prove myself. The theatre has begun, not outside, inside. Then there is an uncle, a trader of numbers and pride. He says, I turned 10 crores. And suddenly another whisper appears inside the mind. I will buy a bigger car. The theatre grows louder. The stage lights brighten. The audience applauds. But the man inside the actor becomes restless. Then comes the car, a new car. You drive it into a wedding hall. People look. Some admire. Some calculate. Some compare. And inside your body, something strange happens. A rush of adrenaline. A subtle tension. A need to be seen. And for a moment, you realize something terrifying. You are no longer driving the car. The theatre is driving you. This is the status game. It is one of the oldest addictions in the world. Older than money, older than kingdoms. It is the addiction to comparison, not wealth, not achievement, comparison. But here is the truth. The moment you see the theatre, you are no longer trapped in it. You begin to laugh, not loudly, quietly, because suddenly everything looks absurd. The girl, the uncle, the car, the wedding hall, all actors, all performing, all desperately hoping someone will clap. And then something miraculous happens. You step off the stage, not dramatically, silently. And the moment you step off the stage, a strange freedom appears. You can still build wealth, you can still buy cars, you can still become successful, but it is no longer revenge. It is no longer proof. It is no longer status. It becomes craft. Work becomes clean. Effort becomes light. Action becomes effortless. Because you are no longer carrying the heavy burden of being seen. The richest man in the world is not the one with the biggest car. It is the man who is no longer playing the game. Because everyone else is performing, but he is simply living. And that is the greatest liberation a human being can experience. Listen, most people do not chase money. They chase what money does to other people's eyes. Respect, validation, envy, attention. Money is merely the stage prop. The real addiction is status. If the status theatre disappeared tomorrow, something very interesting would happen. 90% of luxury consumption would vanish overnight. No one would need the bigger car, the larger house, the brand logo, the louder success, because all of these exist for the audience. Without their audience, the props become meaningless. But something deeper must be understood. If you say, I will only care about money for basic material comfort, that is still a philosophy. But I want to point out something subtle. A true free man does not create rules like only this much money or only basic comfort. He simply becomes indifferent to the theatre. Then money becomes a tool, not a measurement of self. You may build wealth, you may build a company, you may earn 10 crore or 100 crore, but it is no longer connected to who you are. The shift looks like this. Before clarity, I must become richer than them. After clarity, if wealth comes through my work, good. If not, nothing about me changes. And here is the paradox. When status disappears from your psychology, your work becomes cleaner. You stop performing, you stop proving, you start building. Ironically, many people who stop chasing status often create far more wealth than those who chase it, because they are finally free to focus on the craft. So the real insight is not only basic money. The real insight is money no longer defines anything about you. And when that happens, you are finally outside the theatre. In the end, you begin to see something simple. The girl, the uncle, the car, the wedding hall, the comparisons, the silent competitions, all of it was theatre, a temporary stage where human beings come to perform their insecurities. One man performs wealth, another performs success, another performs superiority, and somewhere along the way, you almost joined the performance. Almost. But then you saw the stage lights, you saw the script, you saw the actors, trying desperately to be applauded. And in that moment, something inside you became quiet. Not angry, not resentful, just clear. You realized there is nothing to prove, there is no audience worth impressing, there is no scoreboard that matters. Money may come, success may come, or they may not. But they no longer belong to the theater of status. They belong only to the craft of living. And when a man begins to live this way, something extraordinary happens. Effort becomes lighter, action becomes cleaner, work becomes joyful. Because he is no longer acting, he is simply living in reality. And the man who lives in reality has already escaped the greatest illusion of all.